ahead of Hurricane Milton. This afternoon, you will hear from some familiar faces. First, we're going to start with Kathy Perkins. She is our Emergency Management Director. Then you're going to hear from Deputy Utilities Director Noralvis Hancock, and you will also hear from Sheriff Bob Gualtieri. I would like to acknowledge our Superintendent of Schools, who's joining us here today, Kevin Hendrick. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to Kathy now.
Good afternoon. So I can't stress enough that this is not an if event. It's a when event, and we are into the final hours. So some of us may have had it in the back of our minds that it's going to turn, it's going to miss us. We're going to get hit, whether it's a direct hit or it moves slightly. There's just no ifs or buts about it. We're going to get hit, and it's going to be hard. We expect to begin experiencing tropical storm winds around 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And we've seen this kind of get pushed back from advisory to advisory, but I want everybody to keep an eye on this. The National Hurricane Center said that as this storm continues to go through eye wall replacements, we can expect that the wind fields can expand out. So if it expands out a lot, that could be maybe it arrives sooner. So we want to keep a very close eye on this. It's going to be rough after that time and into Thursday morning. If you live in evacuation zones A, B, or C, or you live in a mobile home anywhere within our community, you should either be at the place where you're going to shelter or making your final plans to get there. The mandatory evacuation orders remain in effect. A couple of days ago, we were talking about predictions of 8 to 12 feet. And yesterday, the National Hurricane Center upped it to 10 to 15 feet of storm surge, which is unimaginable for our coastal communities. And this is not survivable. I just want to tell you, if you think you're going to be able to stay out there and protect your property, it's not going to happen. If you saw the footage of what happened in Lee County for Hurricane Ian, we are talking about buildings in the immediate coastal area potentially getting washed off of their foundations. Just look at this graphic that's up here. This shows you what 10 to 15 feet of storm surge can do. Now, the further inland we get, we're not going to see as high a levels, but there are still going to be serious impacts. So again, if you live in that zone B and you live in that zone C, you did not get these impacts for Helene. You will get them for this storm. This is not slow, nice, rapid. It's not like you're going out and swimming in the ocean. This is the ocean coming into your living rooms. This is fast rising water with a lot of pressure behind it. So don't think that you're going to be able to ride that out. Don't think you're going to be able to protect your building. It's going to be pushing against the walls of your structure for hours and hours. And this is why we need you to go. Another way that this storm is different than Helene is the wind. So we did not see any hurricane force winds during Helene. If you remember, it was over 100 miles offshore. What we had was the storm surge as it swept past us, but we did not experience the winds. This is going to be much stronger across our entire community. So I really want to appeal to those of you that live in mobile homes. They are not safe for these type of winds. We are also looking at potentially having tornadoes. We also have saturated grounds, which means trees are going to come down. And I don't want somebody to be in a mobile home when a tree crashes through their roof or a tornado comes into their neighborhood because they are not going to be able to hide within a mobile home. I want to ensure that you move to a safe structure outside of the evacuation zones. We are also looking at increased rainfall. So now we're talking about 5 to 12 inches expected across our community, with isolated amounts up to 18 inches. Some of the projections show as much as 10 inches within a 24-hour period. So we can anticipate that we are going to have not only this catastrophic storm surge flooding, but we are going to experience flooding in many different areas of our communities. We expect widespread power outages. And this is not probably going to be days, this is probably going to be weeks. And so if you are on life-sustaining medical equipment, you need to get to a place outside of one of these evacuation zones that has backup power. We want to make sure that we get you to that safety as quickly as possible. We expect that there could be loss of potable water services, and the Utilities Department will discuss more about the efforts that we're doing to protect our water systems across the county. For the residents that live up Lake Tarpon, please take note. So the Southwest Water Management District has released as much water out of Lake Tarpon as possible. Storm surge is expected to enter that lake and cause severe flooding all around the lake and the Tarpon Outfall Canal. If you live around Lake Seminole, you could also experience some storm surge flooding. So I need everybody to look at what their risk is. We're going to be doing some additional mapping to look what the impacts may be in those neighborhoods and be able to get you that information so you can make the best decision for where you need to be to ride out that storm. This morning, we opened 2 additional general population shelters, and we'll be adding 2 more at 3:30 this afternoon. This morning, we opened Lealman Innovation Academy and Clearwater Fundamental Middle School. And at 3:30 p.m., we will open Melrose Elementary in St. Pete and Bel Air Elementary in Clearwater. You can find the complete list of open shelters at disaster.pinellas.gov. Just before I came down here, we had just over 4,000 people in shelters, and I'm sure we're going to continue to see people coming in. We still have transportation running in the communities to help get people in. If you need assistance, call the County Information Center at 727-464-4333. We are going to stop taking new special needs registrants at 4 p.m. today, and we are going to do everything possible to pick up everybody that has identified that they have a transportation need, but you cannot wait. We've got bus drivers, we've got first responders, we have so many people that have been working around the clock. I need you to take action because now is the time that we have to wrap this up. We have to get everybody to their safe place. And we need to let these folks have a rest because unfortunately after the storm, we're going to have a lot more work to do. So please reach out to our County Information Center if you need assistance at 727-464-4333. Or visit disaster.pinellas.gov for the latest information on what's open and what resources are available to you.
Thank you, Kathy. We're now going to go over to Noralvis Hancock. She is Deputy Director for Pinellas County Utilities.
Thank you, Barbara. Good afternoon. Nori Hancock, Deputy Director for Pinellas County Utilities. So I'm here to have some important updates to share with you as we anticipate impacts from Hurricane Milton. Pinellas County Utilities will restrict potable water service on the barrier island starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. This is from Sankey South to Fort DeSoto. The following areas will be impacted: Bel Air Beach, Bel Air Shore, Indian Rocks Beach, Indian Shores, Reddington Shores, Reddington Beach, Madeira Beach, John Pass, Treasure Island, Paso Grill, San Pete Beach, South Pasadena, Tierra Verde, and Fort DeSoto. Customers will experience very low pressure after this time, that is tomorrow at 10 a.m. While your drinking water will still be safe to consume, we encourage residents in mandatory evacuation zones along the coast to leave now. Potable water service is being limited to protect critical infrastructure and alleviate strains on our water and wastewater systems. Our substations are still undergoing repairs caused by the damage of Hurricane Helene. While our crews accomplished a lot of making repairs, it has only been a couple of weeks since that storm, and there's still much work to be done. These restrictions will affect water service to fire lines, which means fire rescue crews will not have quick access to pressurized water from fire hydrants in the event of an emergency. Again, we are urging you for your safety to please leave, this is the time to do so. The county has emergency shelters available for you and your loved ones to have a safe place to ride out the storm. In addition, today, we decided that our South Cross Bayou Advanced Water Reclamation Facility staff located in St. Petersburg will need to evacuate ahead of the storm due to anticipating flooding. Pinellas County Utilities has issued notifications asking all our customers to consider reducing their water use and their sewer use as well. You can help by reducing non-essential water use, like running dishwasher, washing machines, sprinklers, and reducing toilet flushing. We need your help to reduce pressure to our already strained water and wastewater systems. Another important note for our customers, Pinellas County Utilities wants to work with customers who have been financially impacted by Hurricane Helene and will be impacted by Hurricane Milton. Customers' account holders will be soon notified through email or text message about financial assistance available for them for their utility bills. A few of our efforts to assist customers during these difficult times include suspending all late fees and delinquent account deactivations through January 1st, 2025. We have also created a registry documenting hurricane-related impacts affecting customers' account holders to easily track repairs on their water, sewer, or reclaimed water systems. The account owner must call Pinellas County Utilities to request being added to the registry. That is at 727-464-4000. There is not rush. We want you to focus on your safety for right now. But know that there are options available to assist you when you are ready. We will be waiving reconnection fees for potable and reclaimed water services where applicable, and providing assistance for those with plumbing leaks and swimming pools damage due to saltwater intrusion. You can visit pinellas.gov/utilities for more information. Lastly, our routine biannual water system maintenance event will be extended to Monday, October 14th through Friday, October 18th. Due to the storm, our utility regularly switches from chloramines to chlorine disinfection as part of our normal water system maintenance program. This temporary change in treatments is designed to maintain water quality and prevent future issues. While you may experience slight discoloration or change in smell, this is intentional, and your water is safe to consume. Thank you.
Thank you, Nori. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to Sheriff Gualtieri now.
So based on the best information that we have, the critical period that we're going to be operating under for the storm's impact is tomorrow afternoon through Thursday. So again, if people haven't left, we strongly suggest that they do leave. Again, over 500,000 people in Pinellas County are affected by this mandatory evacuation order. I want to thank especially the residents of the Barrier Islands, everything from Clearwater down through Tierra Verde, because so far, when that order was issued yesterday, so many of you have listened to us. There are still some people out there, but I can tell you that the businesses are not open, and most residents have already left the Barrier Islands. We closed down last night, as we had talked about, access to the barrier islands for everybody except for residents and business owners at 7 o'clock. And the activity at the checkpoints has been extremely light, which means people are listening, people are already gone. But just remember, tonight at 7 o'clock is that it will no longer be available to residents, business owners, employees, or anybody to go out to the beach communities. And that, again, is all the way from Clearwater Beach down to the Pinellas Bayway. So if you have anything you need to do, get it done in the next couple hours. And most likely, the beach access will not open for, it could be a couple days, depending upon the damage assessment. One of the things as we start looking not only, of course, at the storm, but the aftermath is going to be of great concern is the amount of debris that is out there from Helene. And the debris that's out there isn't just on the Gulf beaches. It's in Northeast St. Petersburg and Shore Acres, Snell Isle, Venetian Isles, up in Palm Harbor, Crystal Beach, Dunedin, and those communities. And all of the stuff that's sitting on the side of the road was in people's homes 2 weeks ago. Now it's sitting on the side of the road, and that's all going to get floated around. So we really do have great concern about the aftermath. And so don't anticipate quick access back to the barrier islands. And as I keep telling everybody, and I'm going to repeat it here, is that we hope we don't have to do it, but it may be necessary to shut down access to Pinellas County. If we have to do that, please don't try to come back after your evacuation until you know we're open. Because people backing up to get into the county from the north, back into Pasco County, from the east into Hillsborough County, is just going to stack things up and make it a bad situation worse. So please check, make sure the county's open before you come. We'll communicate any closures and when the openings are going to happen. So, we just ask everybody to get to that place of safety, stay there, be safe. And everybody that is in that evacuation zone, hopefully they are leaving today if they haven't already left.
Thank you, Sheriff. We're going to go ahead and open it up for questions from media in the room, and then we will go to questions from media joining us via Zoom. If you are joining us via Zoom, please raise your hand if you have a question. We will unmute you and you can ask your question at that time. Do we have any questions from media in the room?
Yes.
Yes, Chenely.
What condition would it take for complete shutdown of Pinellas County?
Well, when you see the power poles are down, we have about 750 traffic light controlled intersections in the county. So expect the power is going to go out. That means none of the traffic signals are going to be working. So you have major intersections, and we can name them. Gulf to Bay and 19, Tyrone Boulevard and 22nd Avenue, US 19 and Tarpon Avenue. You can go to Gandy Boulevard and Forestry. So when you have all those traffic signals that are going to be out, you got power poles laying in the middle of the road. You got power lines laying in the middle of the road. You got light posts laying in the middle of the road. You've got debris every place. And it is a situation where it is just dangerous, and the roads are inaccessible until we get the cut teams out there and we start moving trees and we move all the debris and we move stuff out of the way and we get the intersections where they're controlled. It would be a very dangerous situation to allow people to try to navigate. The other thing, and we don't know where it's going to be exactly or the extent of it, isn't just the storm surge that we keep talking about, but as Kathy mentioned in her remarks and the most recent information from the forecasters, is the localized flooding. And when we could see as much of 10 inches or more of rain in 24 hours. So it isn't just the surge. You could have flooded out streets and intersections because of local flooding, and all the stormwater sewers are going to be backed up. So put all that together is the county would not be navigable. So it would require all that. I don't want to do it. I have no desire to do it. And what I want to have is people be able to get back to their homes and their businesses as quickly as possible, and have a lot of empathy and sympathy and complete understanding why people want to get there. But we also have to make sure that it's safe. We don't want to make that bad situation worse and have people in harm's way or in peril. So it would take factors along those lines cumulatively for us to make that decision. But if we have to, we will, and we'll get it back open as quick as we can.
Any other questions in the room?
Are there sort of big trailers coming to Pinellas County for residents?
So we're actively working with the state. As you know, we don't know where ground zero is going to be, right? We're unfortunately in that bullseye area. So the state is staging everything they can to come in. And, to Sheriff Galtieri's point, the first thing we've got to get in here when those roads are open are all of the responder teams that are coming in. We're going to have search and rescue teams coming in. We're going to have utility teams coming in. We're going to have so many different groups coming in. We can stage only so much in Pinellas because we don't want to lose equipment during this storm. But I can assure you that the state is already posturing. We're already asking for things. We already have an air operations boss up in the EOC. So if we have to start flying things in, because it's going to take a little bit of time for FDOT to go out and assess all of those bridges. Safety is first, but we're going to be bringing in a lot of resources to help the residents that are here and to start rebuilding all of our infrastructure.
Any other questions? Let's go to Zoom.
We have a question from Jack Evans.
Hey, Jack. Go ahead.
Hey, are you guys able to hear me?
Yes.
A quick question for Sheriff Galtieri. What is the plan at this point for the jail, which I believe is in Zone B? Are you all evacuating or not? Either way, could you explain the rationale on that decision? And if you are not evacuating, can you give us a rough estimate of how many inmates and staff would be there during the storm?
Well, the average daily population in the jail right now is about 3,100 inmates and staff out there now. We're going to an all hands on deck staffing model. It's probably another 800 people that will be out there. The evacuation plan for the jail is a vertical evacuation plan. So we move everybody up. Again, with that number of inmates, it's really not feasible to evacuate people out of there. And it's unnecessary because we can go up. So everybody will be safe out there, and we will move some of the people in some of the ground level housing units into some of the high-rise housing units, and we just move them up. So we'll have plenty of staff there. Everybody will be safe. It's under control, and I'm not concerned about it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. Any other questions?
We have a question from Lawrence Miller.
Lauren, go ahead.
Hi, yes. So the governor said again this morning that the state had to break open the gates to a Pinellas landfill that was closed Sunday morning, saying the county was in violation of his executive order. Can you clarify, was the primary entrance to this facility open, and which facility was this?
So we've already addressed this yesterday. The state, using its executive authority in relation to Hurricane Milton, commandeered the Pinellas County landfill facility. So it is currently under state control, basically. The state is managing operations out there. And at the time, the information we received is that the state crews needed access to another gate. There are two gates at that facility. One was open, the other one was not. And at the time, they saw it fit to open the other gate. And so that's that information we shared yesterday. So that's basically it.
We have a question from Kylie McGivern.
Kylie, go ahead.
Hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to ask, the decision for county debris collection operations to end at noon today, we've talked with folks who were surprised to see that ending so early today. I just want to open it up for you all to explain that decision.
Yeah, I'm happy to update you on that, Kylie. So we've had county crews that have been going nonstop around the clock for over 2 weeks. Remember, this is the same group of people who have been doing Hurricane Helene response work. And so at some point, which was today at noon, we did have to cease operations to make sure that we give them an opportunity to finalize plans, evacuate their families, and heed the same warnings and the same orders that have been shared with the rest of our community. So our crews are just as much residents of Pinellas County, and their families are here. So we want to make sure that they are safe, that they can get to safety. And in order to do that, we have to give them the time to be able to finalize preparations and leave. Any other questions?
Oh, go ahead.
I can hear you, Kylie. Go ahead.
That notification was sent out at 11:52 with it closing at noon. Should people continue to check the website to know when different closures happen, or is there anything else people need to be aware of with that storm debris other than going to the main dump site at this point?
So obviously, they're welcome to continue to visit disaster.pinellas.gov for the latest updates. And we covered this yesterday. Again, at the time, we shared that finalizing storm debris removal was really, the time to do that was yesterday. Today is really when people should be getting to their safe place. So obviously, if they are wrapping up any last minute preparations, certainly complete those. And if they're not and they haven't finished their plans, life safety comes before any piece of debris that's left behind. We will take care of that. We will address it. But right now, we need people in safety.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next.
And Jack Evans, did you have a follow-up question?
No, I'm good.
Okay, thank you. That's all our questions.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody.